have another Venom Magma coming up.
Yeah, so BAwesome not switching there. Just feels like they got a little unlucky. Oh, and replacing the Healing Mystic turn 1? Oh, okay.
Could have been a misclick. It seems, yeah.
At least their opponent doesn't have an opening play either, so...
Yeah, it's what all planned from the beginning. So here I suppose you just go ahead and develop
that's
that.
a nice replace.
Yeah, you just do Snow Chaser Fenrir, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty strong.
And yeah, Fenrir is one of those cards that like never fails to get its mana worth in value. Like
it's 3 mana 6/6. It's pretty strong. And he goes up there, yeah. Plays a Grimrock. I think I would have positioned it differently, perhaps.
Yeah, they wanted to deny the mana, but now it's just gonna be killed. Like you could have played defensively,
yeah.
But I suppose at least like the Fenrir can die next turn to the Spirit Harvester, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he could have got more out of this. But...
Yeah, because you're only denying 1 mana that he can still take anyway. The minions wouldn't be able to take that mana either way, so I think the value of blocking the mana is not really making up for giving away a Grimrock. Essentially, it's a very clean trade with Fenrir now, in general, but he's not opting for that.
That's a little odd.
I suppose he can still swap it with Heart's sister.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
For the extra Araki buff, and yeah, can even trade with his Snow Chaser if he doesn't want to take face damage.
I think 2 face damage is just fine. You can move the Snow Chaser back one to protect your mana tile.
Yep. Something to be set up a juicy Flash Mythron though now.
Yeah, I think
it's a good Spirit Harvester turn for sure.
Yeah, it deals with so much, and it's probably going to kill this Araki as well. Not immediately, but can't really do anything this turn. So
I think the second Spirit Harvester, because this turn we're probably going to see a Fox, right, coming out.
Yeah, like when you're playing Vannar, like a lot of your like game plan revolves around like building a board and then like dropping a Razorback or what's that like Vesper Transformer thing, like doing a sort of kill turn, which obviously makes the AOE like clears against you really powerful.
Yeah.
So having a backup Spirit Harvester and also a Plasma Storm Kovacd probably feels like they're in a pretty good position.
Yeah, I mean everything he plays right now will get wrecked by Plasma, right? Except the one Araki, which will die to Spirit Harvester. So it's, you're probably sitting there, you want to click the Swarm button, but you also know it's risky business.
Well, what they probably are going to do is just Hearth Sister in their Araki to deal with the 5/5.
It's true, yeah. And then I guess developing another Araki as well, and a Snow Chaser.
Yeah, I think that would be good. And then you have the aspect for the next harvest that comes.
Mm-hmm.
And feeling pretty okay with that position. They're going to go face as well.
Yeah, and he's leading on health right now. So feeling pretty comfy probably about that. But the Spirit Harvester is also coming in clutch again.
Yep, Spirit Harvester is probably the best immediate tempo. You could also just Plasma Storm or even just summon a fat Archon.
Yeah, and just trade it.
I think Rejuvenate is the worst play they have. It's an invisible Greater Fortitude. I guess that makes it a little better.
Greater Fortitude, I like that. Yeah, just to make it come out of reach of onboard clear.
Yeah, like dropping the first Spirit Harvester is pretty good when you've got the second one in hand, but it is such a key card that like you might need it for like a bunch of walls or later on. So just being a little careful with the usage of it.
Yeah, and if it's going to now actually drag in an aspect of the wolf, it's really worth it.
Yeah, BAwesome could use another Hearth Sister here. Or they could just go face, actually. I don't know how bad it would be just to like send everything face. Is that good?
Let's see what he does here. At one point he also has to clear the wolf, I suppose, but I think the Snow Chaser... Yeah, he's going for the clear.
Yeah, that's respectable. I think just going full orc is a bit silly, but
yeah, I like playing the Snow Chaser there. You're kinda Mythron proof a little bit, not really, but
yeah. You're like splitting up your main threats, right? Obviously, they want to deal with the Iraqi head armor that's absolutely massive and face damage, but then they can't hit your 3 other minions.
Exactly. And yeah, Plasma Storm's obviously not going to do anything. So I guess it's just Mythron. Your Mythron just above where Faye is standing, then I guess you can go 2 left, or you can also trade out with a Hearth Sister, but you're getting pretty low then.
Yeah, it's tough. Kovacd felt like they're in a good spot, but yeah, maybe not.
Could theoretically double flash a Spirit Harvester and then also play Mythron.
Yeah, that would actually like maybe be the thing to do.
Yeah. Doing that and then flashing the... Yeah, seems like a solid clear. And there's actually not really a clear answer for the Spirit Harvester on the hand of BAwesome.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Like they used a lot of resources, but they like cleared up a lot of resources, and BAwesome now has used all their removal, so this Harvester might live, and I don't know if they have a good turn.
Yes, all you can do in this case is to kind of swarm Snow Chasers and heal yourself with a Mystic or something like that, but it's tough because everything will die to the Spirit Harvester.
Yeah, you have to like use as little resources as possible while still being safe. It's just a tough balancing act here. Like, how much do you like use the walls to block yourself, or like, save them for a elemental, or maybe you block yourself with the real minions? But then, how are you going to finish your opponent?
Yeah, you definitely need to block because you know he has the Life Force, and that Spirit Harvester is going face as well if it can get away with it. And then it's getting very close all of a sudden.
I feel like you could just throw out the walls here because you are going to have 2 recurring Snow Chasers, so
yeah,
I'm not like desperate for the Vespers, but I mean, then again, maybe that's wrong.
I think if you do both, then you are kind of safe from Mythron as well. And the Primus Fist there, okay.
It's a pretty good Primus Fist. And they did draw the Elemental, so it's a nice reward there.
Yeah, and next turn is actually quite smooth, like shooting everything and also developing a Master, War Master.
Yep.
I suppose also the argument of not using walls is that the Mythron could then also survive the Spirit Harvester if you wanted. But now it's going to die.
Yeah, I don't know if they really needed to Mythron there, to be honest. Like,
No,
only
not necessarily.
Killed a Primus Fist that wouldn't have died. They could have just played a big 7-9.
I suppose he wanted the face damage in case of the same situation like last game happening. But let's see, this is a pretty strong turn for sure. You can even save your walls still if you want to and just develop Snow Chasers.
Mm-hmm.
And the War Master as well, of course.
Yeah, I think the War Master will be good as well to like stop your opponent from escaping the infiltrate trap with the Snow Chasers if you just stop them from walking across the middle.
Yep.
Or maybe not.
I think you put the War Master between the Glacial Elemental and the hero, right? And the general of Starborn.
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of safe.
Sounds good to me.
I think I would probably have seen him go 2 to the right and then stand where he's playing the second Snow Chaser, though. It's a bit more Mythron proof.
Yeah, maybe they're just really scared of being hit because they got killed by the
That's true. So this
by the Battered Life Force last turn. They don't want to suffer the same fate.
Yeah.
And ward themselves off, but
yeah, here we're just gonna see a full clear, and yeah, not a whole lot going on in BAwesome's hand right now, except for developing some Snow Chasers. That Elucidator.
yeah, this there's not enough to kill them, so they should be okay for another turn unless Kovacd replaces into a Great Fortitude and Awesome stays in range, which I don't think they will. And they're probably going to heal themselves as well.
Yeah, I would say this turn is also just swarming, right?
Yeah.
Swarming as in double Snow Chaser, healing, Mystic.
This is definitely like the spot where Snow Chasers can actually win you the game just by chipping away like 2 HP a turn.
Yeah, he has to deal with them eventually.
Yeah.
He's going for the wards here, okay.
Yeah, I guess that's right. They get a full surround off.
Yep. If there's another Mythron coming, though, that could be grim because he can just strike the middle wall and clear more stuff.
Yeah. Or even just step one back and do it.
Yeah, that's also one thing. But he doesn't have it, so let's see what he then actually does. He doesn't really have a good answer to this stuff right now, except for just healing and building up some minions. Not looking too bad here for BAwesome.
Yeah, I think they've turned the corner. Snow Chaser's just going to continue to get value. And
yeah, now he gets the third one even. Yeah, and he can even shoot a bit if he wants to clear the Silithar completely.
Yeah, I don't think you have to, but definitely you could. You could just hold it because Kovacd does still have Plasma Storms, and I think he's going to be forced to use them as the game goes on. But
yeah, that's true.
If you do it now, like maybe you could just get enough tempo to end the game before then.
Yeah, it's just I think it's dangerous for him if he just goes full face with everything now, because we know that there are Emerald Ruinators and Earth Spheres for days coming. So yeah, if you try to rush it down, he does actually opt for the Elemental.
Yep. And just keeping Faye away as well, because like Vanna basically has no healing and Magma has loads of healing. If you like overcook it and get too excited, you can find yourself.
Yeah. If you stretch yourself too thin versus Magma, they're like a rock just standing there healing, and there's a very strong counter. If he goes for the Mythron at all, actually, it's a question. I mean, would there be an argument to going one forward, destroying the wall, and then killing the Elemental instead? In this case, it's a little bit ballsy.
I think if they did that, oh no, that'd still be okay. But they are close to dying because BAwesome has 2 extra damage in their hand as well.
Yeah. I think you kind of have to heal in this turn. You don't know what he has in his hand, but one Razorback or something, and then you're basically...
Yeah.
It looks like he's going to take out the Elemental. Is it enough damage? It is on board. Not on board, but with the Chromatic Cold, it should be lethal.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate. Like, I feel like they did sort of have to break out for the Infiltrate and kill that Elemental, but...
Yeah. I think looking in the back mirror, review it would have been better to just heal.
Yeah.
And maybe play an Elucidator or something to clear a minion. But again, yeah, it's a tricky spot to be in the first place.
Yeah, definitely. I assume they're going to see a lethal, but they might not. They're probably just triple counting, because I've definitely been in those situations where you're like, oh, I'm sure I have lethal, and then like you're like halfway through it, like, is it? And then you're like, count it again, hold on. Kovacd sort of felt like they had the tools to win that game, but just couldn't quite do it.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, you learn some math. My background is that I'm a teacher, and I use Duelyst in by teaching special needs kids who had a really hard time with math, because it's a fun way to count. Yeah. And yeah, all of a sudden it makes a bit more sense for them.
Yeah, and that's tied up the game, so we're gonna get a game 3. It's fantastic.
Yeah, two full matches in a row. That's nice.